Hello everyone and welcome back to another Skyblock video. In today's episode, we are going to be putting the final touches on our Skyblock world by building a big tower right in the middle where everything began. So if that sounds exciting to you, then be sure to like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and jump right in. I've never fought the dragon in Skyblock before, as I'm sure you can conclude from this whole let's play, but I would like to have that experience, I think. So today we are also going to be prepping for the dragon fight. And to do that, we need a better sword. I want to try to get a diamond sword if we can. So let's trade with this little weaponsmith. Ooh, wait, an iron axe. That's actually kind of good. So we'll just get a bunch of these little guys. Now he'll level up and we'll see what he will trade next. Oh, he has another iron trade. Cool. We can do that. He'll level up again, and it looks like his next trade is just flint. So we'll wait until this renews. Just a few more trades here and he should level up again. Ooh, a diamond axe. That's kind of cool. I mean, we have all these iron axes, so do we need this? Absolutely not. But why do I kind of want one? We'll get one after we get our diamond sword, which I think we'll unlock now. Yes, look, a diamond sword. That was so easy. Hello, why don't I always get diamond gear this way? That is like so easy. All you need is an iron farm and then you have full diamond gear pretty much. And we have enough emeralds for the diamond axe, so might as well. I'm pretty sure we now have all diamond gear, so let me get it all loaded up in my hotbar and we can actually use it today. We've worked super hard for it, so might as well. Also, I don't even think I mentioned, but we're not going to be fighting the dragon in today's episode, but rather you can expect some bonus content at the end of the Skyblock movie, and I'll be uploading that in a couple of weeks. We do have a diamond shovel, but I don't think I ever got a diamond pickaxe before. So let's go in here and see if we can get one. We have the toolsmith here and he will trade us a diamond pickaxe and actually a silk touch one, which is so good. We just need a few more emeralds. There's the perfect amount of emeralds, and there we go. We officially have all diamond tools except a hoe. I mean, I'm not really going to worry about that too much if I'm being honest. We will need one more thing from the villagers. We're going to need a bit of glass for the tower that we're going to be building, but I don't even have any paper. So first we'll plant that sugar cane. And in the meantime, let's chop down these trees because we're also going to be needing a lot of cherry wood and then also spruce wood. Oh my goodness. This axe chops wood so much faster. We're still waiting on any sugarcane to grow, but another thing that we can do to kind of prepare for the dragon fight a little bit more is get some better bows. So I'm thinking that we go over here and try to get some bow drops and see what we can combine together, and then hopefully we can get a good bow this way. We obviously don't need infinity or anything like that because we already are going to have so many arrows, but it would be nice to have some other enchants on a bow. Ooh, we've already gotten a power 2 and unbreaking 2 bow. Wait, I just found a cat. Let me go get my fish. Hello, kitty. I love how they kind of just spawn inside the houses. Also, one fish is so nice. So there you go, surfer. You've got yourself a kitty. It seems like the best we're going to get is just having a power 3 and an unbreaking 3 bow, which really isn't the worst thing ever. So there we go, our new power 3 unbreaking 3 bow. I guess the only other things that we would really need is flame and then punch, which honestly I don't really care about that much. Hello, why is there a villager in the animal farm? How did he get over there? Villager, how did you get here? I have no idea, but I guess he lives with the animals now. All right, and we finally have enough sugarcane to make a bookshelf. And with the bookshelf, we of course can make a lectern. Let's put the librarian inside of the pink trading hall. We do have this little villager who's just been hanging out over here. I truly thought that we were going to fill out all of these spaces. I just didn't realize that the armor villagers and the weaponsmiths would pretty much trade all of the armor and the weapons that I would need. I thought I was going to need like a villager for the helmet and the chest plate and the pants and the boots. Hence why I built 2 trading halls. I also thought it was going to be a lot more difficult to get emeralds, but it's actually been really easy. No, no, go back in there. Go back. No, no. Okay. Look, he is trading us infinity and we don't even need it. Oh, we're going to need so much paper. Hello? Even if we do decide to use this trade to level him up, we're still going to need paper for the books. So that being said, I think that we should maybe make a little sugarcane farm, and maybe we can just make it over here in the animal farm just temporarily, just because I don't want to have to grind for a bunch of dirt. Oh my goodness, now the villager's out here on this bridge. Villager, this is not safe. Scoosh, scoosh, scoosh. We'll make ourselves a little infinite water source. And with this, I guess we just start to make a sugarcane farm. We'll have to do one of these numbers and create some kind of bottom and then just plant the sugarcane. I'll go ahead and grab this sugarcane as well so that we can just really spread it out and make a big farm. I definitely would have thought this out I definitely would have thought this out a little bit more if I had realized that I was going to need so much more paper. Hence why we're just doing this weird temporary farm. I'll just kind of continue to spread this out as the sugarcane grows, and we'll just wait on this little villager over here. We don't really need the glass right now. And in the meantime, we can go ahead and start building this tower. I've started to get some of the materials together, but we are going to need a bunch more cobblestone. We will also need some lanterns, though I think we can get those from the librarian villagers, so I'm not really going to worry about that right now. And then also we'll need a bunch of cherry leaves, as I want to use these leaves for the roof. With our materials collected, let's go ahead and start building this tower. So first things first, obviously we need to clear out this space. It's just crazy to think that at one point all I had in this whole world was this one middle island. And now here we are transforming it into something really cool. I do think that I want to move the cobblestone generator for now. We'll eventually place it right back, and this will remain being the cobblestone generating island. But right now it'll kind of just be in the way. We'll also get rid of this obsidian. For the base of this tower, we're going to start up with cobblestone, which I feel like just makes so much sense, as the island is cobblestone itself, and I feel like cobblestone is such a big building block in Skyblock. I want these walls to be kind of archways so that we're able to walk straight through the tower and we don't have to squeeze around it or anything. For said archways, we're going to have 2 walls here, and then on top of the walls, we'll place a staircase. In the middle, we'll have an upside down staircase, and then we'll build across with just regular cobblestone, and it'll kind of look like this. I feel like this looks like a creeper face or something. Definitely was not my original intention, but here we are. It honestly just kind of happened that way. And you know, it's a little poetic, isn't it? We've had many creeper scares in this series, and now we literally have creeper faces on the tower. Anyways, on these corners, let's build up with spruce and start to get this first trim in. The first rendition of this build, I originally was going to build with quartz and try to do a new building brawl. I just cannot talk today. For the first rendition of this build, I was originally going to build with quartz, and it was going to be very white and pink, and I was also going to build with amethyst. But whenever I had that build in my creative world, it just didn't match anything else here, and so I knew I had to stick with wood tones and cobblestone. It just didn't make sense to have a bright pastel color palette. So yes, it would have been cool to build with new building blocks, but I feel like this just suits our world so much more. The first tier of the build is in, and the sugarcane hasn't grown at all. We just need to add a kind of roof with some cherry leaves. Imagine if these cherry leaves were amethyst instead. I just don't think it would have worked. Considering that so many of our builds already have leaf roofs, this just makes sense. For the second and third tier, we are moving away from cobblestone and just using wood. Here on the corners, we'll build up with cherry. Not me actually going to die from falling. Eventually, once we get windows in, the windows will go here. Speaking of windows, the sugarcane has grown a little bit. For a bit more detail, we'll add some cherry trapdoors to these cherry pillars. Now on to the second trim. Towers are always a thing that I struggle with just a little bit in Minecraft. It's always kind of hard for me to get the dimensions right. But with this one, I can definitely say that I think this is going to be my favorite tower I've ever built. For me, the trick is to get the base proportions right, and then everything else will kind of follow. As long as you don't go super large base and then super skinny middle, if you gradually go up in size, then I think it works. At least that's kind of the trick that helped me a little bit. Anyways, this is what we are looking at for the second trim. Now for the last tier, I am going to do something slightly different than I did in my creative build. We're going to make this 1 block taller. I think it should be fine, but we'll see, I guess. You know, feather falling is really such a good building enchantment. Would be kind of nice to have at this point. We'll do that same kind of window design that we did in the middle tier, except this one is going to have 2 windows. And the last thing to do is to get the final trim in and also the roof. And there we go, our mostly completed tower. We just need to add the glass panes in the windows and also lots of lanterns around. But of course, I'm waiting on the librarian villager. And I do think that I actually want to get rid of these little archways just because it kind of blocks the tower a little bit. So I figured it'd be best to not have them because this view is so much better than this view over here. I did go ahead and do the interior as well. We just need to get some lanterns, of course, in here, but we have little archways on these walls and then also on these walls over here. We have our cobblestone generator up and ready to go. So all we need to do is flip this trapdoor here and then we can just get cobblestone. And I made this bridge so if we need to go through the build, we don't have to like dip down into the water or anything like that. And I also did turn off fire spread because if I didn't, then our whole tower would burn down. And I know that from experience from my creative world. Oh, and then also the sugarcane, I do think I'm going to permanently keep it here. And I'm just going to have it over here in these corners. I feel like it doesn't block that much grassy area and it's functional, it looks fine, we're leaving it. But of course, our #1 priority, can we stop making babies, please? I've even started taking away their beds just because they keep on making babies. Why weren't you making babies before? Anyways, our priority right now is to get our librarian villager leveled up. But to speed up that process, I figured that we could zombie purify him so we don't need as much paper to level him up. But if we're going to go through all of that trouble to zombie purify him, I figured he might as well have a mending trade or something. So let's just, okay, do you all get that glitch too, where if you place down a block on top of a villager, then the block will just disappear? And in order to get the block back, we have to open up a chest. So as you can see, there's no block in my inventory, there was no block over there, but if we go in here, open up a chest, there's the lectern. It's such a weird glitch, but there you go. If you've had that problem and you don't know how to get your block back, that's how you do it. Anyways, let's re-roll these trades until we get mending. We'll lock in the trade and then zombie purify him. Though actually we could have leveled him up with this bookshelf trade because all you need is emeralds. So we didn't even need to do the paper. Yay, you love to see it. So I'm wasting time for no reason. We'll still do it this way. We'll still try to get mending. Mending wouldn't hurt. Oh my gosh, wait. I've maybe re-rolled it like 6 times and we already have mending. So I guess we'll lock it in with this bookshelf trade and we need to get him back in his little hole. we've got ourselves a leveled up zombie purified villager. I went ahead and got 8 mending books, and they were only 1 emerald each. But now I would like to get some lanterns to continue leveling up our villager, and also for the tower, of course. Oh, there we go. Glass. Perfect. Just what we needed. I think his last trade will be a name tag trade. Oh, actually, no. Maybe we have to trade with him one more time to get a name tag trade. But we don't really need name tags right now. So let's go ahead and put these lanterns on the tower and also the windows. I don't even think 12 lanterns will be enough, but as soon as he renews that trade, we can go ahead and buy more lanterns. Yep, definitely not enough lanterns. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and put mending on our tools. I know that we don't have the best enchants on the tools, but honestly, I don't really care that much. We have full diamond tools, and I'm happy with that. Of course, we'll place it on the armor as well. Now for these glass panes, is 16 enough? Actually, I think it is. And of course, I want to go ahead and dye them white. We'll just tower straight up from the middle and boop these little glass panes in. While we're up here, let's go ahead and put a lantern in. I guess we'll just place it this far down. Oh my goodness, how do we have so many villagers? What do you mean? I feel like at one point we didn't have a lot of villagers at all, but now we have so many. But let's get the rest of our lanterns and then put them on the build. And from there, we'll pretty much be done with it. On this lower level, we're going to place the lanterns here, kind of in front of the window. And on the upper layer, the lanterns will go on the corners. I do need some lanterns in the middle as well, so I guess I'll put them in the middle of the arches. And there we are. The tower is complete. Let me know what you think about it. I think it adds such nice height to the world, and you can see it from pretty much anywhere that we are. I mean, you can definitely see it from wherever you are in the world. It is just so cool. And I love the blocks that I chose for it too. It definitely fits in with our world. One last thing that I'd like to do in today's episode is make this poppy garden that I have talked about previously. If we leave this world without getting this poppy garden in, I'm going to be so sad. So I don't really know exactly what I want to do with it. I just know that I'm going to place on dirt and plant poppies. Really, it's just as simple as that. Also, I am worried about iron golems spawning on this dirt, even with the poppies on it. So what if we turned it into farmland? But then if we turn it into farmland, we have to get some water in here. So many things to think about. Iron golem, please do not spawn on the dirt. Should we just place the water here in the middle? Is that what we are thinking? And I'm about 80% sure that we can plant poppies. Yes, we can plant them on farmland. And then around it, I was thinking about using cobblestone staircases just so that we don't see the side of the dirt. And they can't spawn on these, right? I think it should be fine. Why is it raining? Anyways, let's just copy this poppy garden right over on this other side. In the middle here, we'll waterlog some leaves, and I don't think, no, definitely not. They can't spawn on that. And also it prevents the water from just like going all the way down to the very bottom of the world. But yeah, what do we think about that little addition to the iron farm? I think this was much needed, and it looks so much better with these little areas filled out. And just look how much iron we have. This is a crazy amount of iron. Honestly, I'm just so impressed with what this little iron farm has done. And I know that if I ever do Skyblock in the future, all I need is a good iron farm, and then I pretty much have unlimited emeralds. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. I'm so happy with all the progress we've made, and this beautiful tower is the perfect addition to this world. This will also be the last full episode of this series, which is kind of so sad to say because I've enjoyed it so much. So if you have watched all the way to the end of the series, I thank you so much, and I hope that you have enjoyed it as much as I have. But of course, don't worry, we're not completely done with this world yet. There will be a little bit of bonus content at the end of the movie if you want to check that out in a couple of weeks. If you haven't already, definitely feel free to like and subscribe. I hope that you all have a lovely day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!